Before we begin, if you want to see music bios or more good videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Also, I've started a Patreon account. On here you get more copyrighted material and they'll be uploaded 48 hours prior to YouTube. If you want to support or visit, link is in the description. And without further ado, on to our feature presentation. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do our 2025 American Music Award predictions. The last time I talked about this award show was in 2022, when my channel had less than 1,000 subscribers and not monetized. I thought that was going to be the last time I was ever going to talk about the AMAs. And I did not, if you do not know, the award show was put on hold in 2023 due to its contract with ABC expiring. And then finally, it was said it was going to return in 2024 until CBS agreed to carry the award show alongside another award show that I can't remember the name. It was slated to return in October, but it was pushed back to the spring of 2025, and here we are. I'm not going to go on a rant on how much I hate fan-voted awards. You already know how I feel about them. But yeah, the American Music Awards is back. It will be on Memorial Day Monday, which is actually a good decision, with Jennifer Lopez hosting. Not so much of a good decision. Before we begin, I'm going to let you know that there are a few categories that I am excluding from this prediction video. I will not be doing any gospel or inspirational categories. I will not be doing any rock categories, and favorite soundtrack will be also not be talked about in this video. So let's quickly begin with two outside categories with favorite Afrobeat artist. Nominees are Asake, Rema, Tim's, Tyla, and Wizkid. And like what I did with the VMAs, I'm going to do the same formula. I'm going to do the people's prediction in white and my prediction in green. Because this is a fan voted award show. Similar to what I did with the VMA Awards last year. But I think this one is going to be cut and dry. I'm going to roll with Tyla winning this. I mean, she is the biggest Afrobeat artist in this country, at least. Whether she is in the world, to be determined. In favorite K-pop artist, nominees are ATEEZ, Jimin, RM, Rosé, Stray Kids. And this one could go in any direction. Depends on how the fans are, how the K-pop stands are in this award show. But also, very nice to see RM getting some love, as I feel like of all the BTS members, his solo work isn't getting the same love as, well, the others. But I don't think he's going to win, and I think I could back the fans in this one. Because Rose had that song with Bruno Mars, she's probably favored and slated to win this one. In the first categories we're going to talk about, with that out the way, we're going to do the R&B categories first. First up, we have favorite male R&B artist. Nominees are Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown, Party Next Door, The Weeknd, and Usher. And this is a good, little interesting category. Although I don't know why Bryson Tiller's here, but here it goes. But in this one, I feel like it's going to be a toss-up between Chris Brown and Usher getting the fan votes. Now, if you don't know, in the 2022 disaster of an award show that was, Chris Brown won it. Fans booed him because of something that happened over 15 years ago. But since then, Chris Brown has had a bit of revival that I respect. I'm still not a fan of it, but I do respect that. And you know what? I'm going to split it. I'm going to say my prediction is going to be for Chris Brown. However, I can see the fans going for The Weeknd in this one. It's going to be one of those two. Favorite female R&B artist nominees are Kalani, Money Long, Summer Walker, SZA, and Tyla. And this one's cut and dry. I think the fans and myself are gonna go for SZA to win this award easily. I mean, come on, she's the biggest R&B artist in the planet right now, and she dropped a deluxe edition of a album she released almost 2 years ago, and I think she's tier one of the female R&B artists. Everyone's like a tier below her right now. That's how I view SZA. Favorite R&B album nominees are Bryson Tiller for Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door for Party Next Door 4, Party Next Door and Drake for Some Sexy Songs for You, SZA, SOX Deluxe, Lana, and The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Honestly, I don't know how the fans are going to go for this one. Cause there are some Drake fans here, and there's some Weeknd fans here. But SZA, again, she's the biggest artist. I think she's the biggest R&B artist in this bunch. Now, if I had to pick, you know what? Because there was no AMAs in 2023 or 2024 to give SOS the win, I'm a I'm gonna say SOS the Deluxe is gonna get the win, and I'm pretty confident the fans gonna do just enough to make it possible. And favorite R&B song nominees are Chris Brown with Residuals, Money Long Made for Me, SZA Saturn, The Weeknd and Playboy Cardi Timeless, and Tommy Richmond Million Dollar Baby. And all these songs are decent enough, to say the least. And you know what? And while SZA's gonna have my vote yet again, I'm very unsure if she's gonna win this one because there's Playboy Cardi fans here, and I know how his fan base is almost as toxic as the BTS fans. So I could say I'm probably gonna split my vote on this one. It's gonna go either Saturn or Timeless. Now we got the rap and hip hop categories. Favorite male hip hop artist nominees are Kendrick Lamar is going to win. No explanation. Let's move on. And favorite female hip hop artist, we have Doechii, Glorilla, Lotto, Megan, and Sexy Red. One thing for sure, Sexy Red will not be getting my vote. And as for the rest, I think this could go in any direction between Doechii, Megan, and Glorilla. I don't know how their fan wars interact with each other. So, who's gonna have my vote? I'm actually gonna go with Glorilla. She has my vote. She had a great year in 2024, and for but the fan vote is what I'm very concerned about. And I think who has the biggest fans of these bunch? Megan. I think the hotties are going to vote for Megan so she could win. Favorite hip hop album nominees are Eminem, Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, Future and Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You, Gunna, One on One, Kendrick Lamar, GNX, and Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. And let me just say this. I feel very bad for Tyler the Creator in this situation because every award show from here to the Grammys, he's going to be battling GNX. And while I think both albums are pretty good, Kendrick right now is in another level right now. And I'm confident that he's going to get the both my vote and the fan vote for this one. Even if I think Chromacopia is slightly better than GNX. I said slightly. And favorite hip hop song nominees are Not Like Us is going to win. What more? I mean, come on now. Although I will say Luther is closer than you think. Now we got the Latin portion of the video, and like with every Latin portion I do with these predictions, Apologies in advance for any mispronunciations. Favorite male Latin artists nominees are Bad Bunny, Fide, Peso Pluma, Raul Alejandro, and Tito Double P. And I think this one's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to go with Bad Bunny. He did drop that album early this year, and it's hard for me to go against that. Favorite female Latin artists nominees are Becky G, Carol G, Nadi Natasha, Shakira, and Young Miko. And for someone who has just seen Shakira in concert, she's going to have my vote, but I'm unsure on how the fan voting is going to be. But I am pretty confident that she could win this one. If not, I won't be upset if Carol G wins. But I'm sticking with my pick with Shakira. Favorite Latin duo or group? Nominees are Calibre 50, Fureza Regida, Grupo Firme, Grupo Frontera, and Julian Alvarez y su norteña banda. And again, I apologize if I mispronounced any of this. And looking at this one, yeah, I'm familiar with two of these groups. And that's Grupo and Fureza. And they do have that one song that went viral on TikTok. So I'm going to go with, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to this is going to be a case where I'm going to split the vote. I'm going to give Fureza Regida the win for now. But I do think Grupo will probably be like the second vote in this one. If the fans might choose Grupo or Fureza Regida or vice versa. That's what I think is going to happen. Favorite Latin album. Nominees are Bad Bunny, Debí Traer Más Fotos, Fureza Regida, For Dolido Pero No Arrepentido, Peso Pluma, Exodo, Raúl Alejandro, Cosa Nuestra, and Tito Double P, Incomundo. I really hope I said those right. But yeah, I think this one's another cut and dry category. I'm going to go with Bad Bunny's album. I'm not going to repeat it because I know I mispronounced some things. It was the biggest album, currently the #1 album in the country, thanks to physical sales. And yeah, I'm just going to go with Bad Bunny in this one. And favorite Latin song. Nominees are Bad Bunny, DTMF, Floyd Minor and Chris MJ for Gata Only, Carol G for Cientes de Hubera Concido, Oscar Maidon and Fureza Regida, Tu Boda, and Shakira Soltera. And I'm kind of torn on this one as well. Because I would think Bad Bunny will probably have the win. But sadly, he's not going to get my vote. Although I think if DTMF is a fine enough song. But I'm going to go with, this might be another case where I think I'm split for the fan vote and my vote. So for my vote, I'm actually going to give it to Carol G for Cientes de Hubera Concido. But I think the fans might lean towards Shakira for Soltera. Because again, it's Shakira. How hard to go against her on. And now we got the country categories. And let me just say, I'm actually kind of breezing through this video faster than I thought. Favorite male country artist. Nominees are Jelly Roll, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, Post Malone, Shabuzi. And for this one, look, it's going to be either Morgan Wallen or only Morgan Wallen winning this. The country artist that believes in quantity over quality, he's going to get pretty much, he's the one I think is going to win. And I think the fans are going to side him in this award show. So give me Morgan Wallen. Favorite female country artist. Nominees are Beyonce, Ella Langley, Casey Musgraves, Lainey Wilson, Megan Maroney. And let me just say, I am very honored to see Beyonce's name in a country category, as she's been trying to bridge the gap between African American and country music. But according to a certain Twitter feed, I've heard that she's not really winning any of the country categories, albeit it's very, very close. And so it says she's like third in voting. I don't know where they're getting the information from, but I think the top two women in this category, that if it's not Beyonce, it's either Lainey Wilson or Casey Musgraves. So one of those two got the top vote. And while Beyonce is gonna have my vote for now, I don't think she got the fan vote in this situation. The person I think is gonna come out on top, Lainey Wilson of all people, might be a little bit of an upset in this situation. But hey, I guess that's how Nashville fans think. Now we got favorite country duo or group. Nominees are Dan and Shay, Old Dominion, Parmalee, Red Clay Strays, and the Zac Brown Band. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna pick a name out of a hat and see what happens. And you know what? Red Clay Strays have that one song, Wondering Why. That's actually pretty good. So I guess I could give them the win. Although I will not be surprised if Dan and Shay take has the just enough of the fan votes to get this category in. Favorite country album. Nominees are Beyonce, Cowboy Carter, Jelly Roll, Beautiful Broken, Megan Maroney, Am I Okay, Post Malone, F1 Trillion, and Shabuzi, Where I Been, Is It Where I'm Going. And for the country album, they said that Beyonce is currently second place, and first place is separated by 40 votes. That's how close it is. And I think it's going to be between her and Post Malone. And once again, Cowboy Carter is going to get my vote because I think it was a fine album when I reviewed it. But I feel like the fans are going to lean towards Post Malone F1 Trillion in this category. We'll just have to wait and see. And finally, favorite country album. Nominees are Jelly Roll, I Am Not Okay, Cole Wetzel and Jesse Murph for High Road, Luke Combs for Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help, and Shabuzi, A Bar Song Tipsy. And let me say this. If this award show would have took place in November, my vote would have been for A Bar Song Tipsy, as it was one of the hottest songs in the country. Now that it's past overplay, I actually don't think this is going to win. And for my vote, I think and you know what? It's going to have my vote to win, even if that's who I'm voting for. But I don't think the fans are going to side with this one. I think the fans are going to lean towards Post Malone and Morgan Wallen because they are the slightly bigger names here. So I think I Had Some Help's probably going to win favorite country song, even if I'm very lukewarm on it. And now things are going to get a little interesting with the pop categories. Okay, favorite male pop artist. Nominees are Benson Boone, Bruno Mars, Hozier, Teddy Swims, The Weeknd. And, okay, the guys in this category, well, they're not as strong as the girls, which we're going to get into shortly. I do see some promise. And while Benson Boone has becoming the modern face of the pop guy, I don't think he's going to win. He's going up against two titans in Bruno Mars and The Weeknd. And I'm not call me stupid, but Bruno Mars is going to have my vote because it's Bruno Mars. What else I was gonna do? And while the weekend, I think he's gonna have the fan side on him. And I felt like he's done a little more in the pop world than Bruno Mars did. Remember, all Bruno Mars have done is collaborations. He hasn't had a lead-off single for himself since, I don't know, 2021. But those are two artists I think it's gonna come down to. Favorite female pop artist. This is when things are gonna get very, very interesting. Nominees are Billie Eilish, Chappell Roan, Lady Gaga, Sabrina Carpenter, and Taylor Swift. And we all know 2024 was the year of the pop girlies, and I know it was very, very tough to cut it down to just five. I probably could name 6 or 7 that could have fit in this category alone. And you know what? Based on the pop girlies Stan Wars, I think this could go. This is a true toss up. But I think who's gonna get my vote in this one? Sabrina Carpenter, because she broke out strong last year with Espresso, Short and Sweet, so on and so forth. I know things have cooled off for her a bit, but I think Sabrina Carpenter should win this award, but she's not going to win this award. Because if you know, in AMA lore, Taylor Swift usually always wins in the American Music Awards, even if it's just her singing about a high school love from the past. This is her award show. You're just living in it. Favorite pop album. And we're going to stay with the pop girlies a little longer. We have Billie Eilish for Hit Me Hard and Soft, Chappell Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, Charlie XCX, Brat, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, Taylor Swift, The Torture Poets Department. And this is another case of what I said in the previous category. But you know what? I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm not going to go with Short and Sweet to getting my vote. I'm going to go with the album that I voted for Album of the Year at the Grammys, although it did not win. That is Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. However, once again, this is a Taylor Swift award show. I will be the least bit surprised if the Torture Poets Department wins. But I know a lot of people will be upset if it wins. Just brace for that. And now, favorite pop song. Nominees are Benson Boone for Beautiful Things, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die with a Smile, Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, and Teddy Swims, Lose Control. One of these songs is not like the others. One of these songs just don't belong. And I'm looking right at Lose Control by Teddy Swims. Because that song's about 2 years old, still in the top 10 because people on streaming and radio won't dump it. And I think Teddy Swims, I think he knows that he's kind of tired of this song himself. Anyway, of course it's not going to get my vote. And I'm just going to stick to what I did. I think Birds of the Feather is the best song on here. It's going to get my vote. But I think Espresso is going to overwhelmingly win this category. Because it won Best Pop Solo Performance at the Grammys. Also won the fan voted Song of the Year at the VMAs. People, you forgot about that, didn't you, huh? I remember. I got receipts. But yeah, I think it's going to come down to those two songs. And finally, we're on to the last bit of the awards. The final stretch, the general categories. And we're going to start off with favorite touring artist. Nominees are Billie Eilish, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, Taylor Swift, Zach Bryan. And come on now. It's going to go to Taylor Swift because 2024, the Eras Tour was still strong. I think it either wrapped late last year or early this year. Can't remember when. But I'm pretty confident even in this situation, she'll have my vote. And I'm 100% confident that she'll win. overwhelmingly in this category. Favorite music video nominees are Benson Boone for Beautiful Things, Carol G for Si Antes Te Hubiera Conocido, Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars for Die With a Smile, and Shabuzi a bar song Tipsy. And again, one of these videos is not like the others. One of these videos just don't belong. And that is with Shabuzi, because that's not really a video. It's a visualizer. I don't know that, huh? But anyway, I feel like the AMAs did kind of bungle this category by not including Oppa 2 by Rose and Bruno Mars in this category, as that got a billion views on YouTube, as does Die With a Smile, also over a billion. Congratulations to them too. But I think the fan votes and my vote is going to go to one thing. And it's going to go to Mr. Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us. I mean, come on, it won the Grammy for Best Music Video. What else I was going to do? Social Song of the Year. And when I saw this name, I thought it was going to be, I thought it was like Song with the Message or something like that. But it turned out it's like the song that got the most social media buzz. And with that being said, Hot to Go by Chappell Roan, End of the Beginning by Dijo, Anxiety by Doechii, I'm confident that that won't win, Lola Young, Messy, Shabuzi, Bar Song, Tipsy, and Tommy Richmond, Million Dollar Baby. And my pick and my vote is gonna go to Chappell Roan's for Hot to Go. I don't have much else to say about this. It is a good song. And Chappell Roan, I think, has the most fans out of all of these. People are mad at Doechii right now. People are tired of Shabuzi. And Lola Young and Tommy Richmond just don't have the fan base to compete with this. So I'm going to go with Hot to Go. Collaboration of the Year. Nominees are Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, Marshmello and Kane Brown for Miles on It, Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help, Rose and Bruno Mars for Oppa 2, and Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone for Fortnite. And normally, and like I said earlier, this is normally a Taylor Swift award show. But this is gonna be one time she's not gonna win. Nor do I think she's gonna have the fan votes to compete with. Because when I see Rose's name, and I know the K-pop stands, the Pinks, they're gonna go all in to vote for this song. It's one of the fastest songs in recent memory to get to a billion views on YouTube. And even if some people are lukewarm on it, I actually like the song. And yeah, I'm confident that Oppa 2 is going to beat Fortnite for this category. It's going to have my vote, and it's going to be my prediction. Song of the Year. Nominees are Benson Boone for Beautiful Things, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Chappell Roan, Good Luck Babe, Hozier, Too Sweet, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help, Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, Shabuzi, A Bar Song Tipsy, and Teddy Swims, Lose Control. And for Song of the Year, I think it's going to be down to 2, maybe 3 songs. And my top 3 picks are going to come down to Not Like Us, Espresso, and maybe Birds of a Feather. Those are going to be my 3 picks. But the song that's going to have my vote is going to be the song that won Song of the Year at the Grammys. And that's Not Like Us. However, I don't think the fans are going to side it with it. And I'm going to roll with Espresso being the fan voted prediction for this award show. Because I know the pop girlies, they love Espresso. And I actually don't, and I said this before and I'll say it again, I don't think Espresso is a terrible song. I do think it's going to have enough stand power to win. Album of the Year nominees are Beyonce, Cowboy Carter, Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Chaperone, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, Charlie XCX, Brat, Gracie Abrams, The Secret of Us, Future and Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You, Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Post Malone, F1 Trillion, Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, Taylor Swift, The Torture Poets Department. And I do have some numbers that I'm reading off that I saw on Twitter. And Beyonce's Cowboy Carter is currently in third place. They didn't tell us who's in second and who's in first, but I do have an idea on who's in first. And I'm going to start with the fan vote. That's going to be the Tortured Poets Department. And I said it before and I'll say it again. The only good thing about this album is that it sold well. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, who's going to have my vote? Honestly, this is a tough one. Because I don't think Cowboy Carter's going to win. I know there's some people who are not happy that she won Album of the Year at the Grammys. So I'm going to leave that one alone. I think the other top album is Hit Me Hard and Soft. And I'm just going to stick to what I said in the pop category for this particular for this one. And I'm going to go with Hard and Soft is going to be my vote, while the Torture Poets Department is going to be the prediction to win. Now we got New Artist of the Year. Nominees are Benson Boone, Chaperone, Gracie Abrams, Shabuzi, Teddy Swims, Tommy Richmond. And I think this one's a clear-cut choice. Chaperone's going to win. She's got my vote, and I think she's got enough of the fan vote to back her up on that. And last but not least, Artist of the Year. The nominees are, it really took us nearly about 30 plus categories to mention Ariana Grande in this. She really don't get no public love anymore. Billie Eilish, Chaperone, K. Kenny, Morgan Wallen, Post Malone, Sabrina Carpenter, SZA, Taylor Swift, Zach Bryan. And once again, it's going to be a similar situation where I know the fans are going to give Taylor Swift pretty much her 900th Artist of the Year award win. And I feel like this is going to be like her 5th out of the last 6 AMAs. She will win this category if that'll be the case. But of course, come on now, she's not going to get my vote. Because what Kendrick Lamar did, annihilate Drake, sweep the Grammys, drop an album, and currently having the #1 song in the country, it's hard for me to vote against that. So my vote's going to go to Kendrick, but I know Taylor Swift is going to probably win. Although I will say Sabrina Carpenter is a true dark horse in this. And I'm going to end the prediction video on that. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me who do you think is going to win at this year's AMAs. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.